Wisconsin was one of 3 swing states that gave President Trump the White House in 2016, so many voters aren't taking their voice for granted.
What happens in this election is just so consequential. I think we've seen with the pandemic, with racial issues, with women's issues, the Supreme Court, I mean, anything and everything is on the ballot in this election.
Long lines were seen at some early voting locations like this one in Milwaukee.
Madison had some long lines too. Francisco Almenara joins us live from one of those polling locations with how things are going. Francisco.
George, we're here at the Sequoia Library, one of 13 in-person absentee voting locations that opened up today. There were long lines here as everything opened up, but voters I spoke to said it was worth the wait in order to have the opportunity to submit their ballots in person.
You know, candidly, we're worried about voting on Election Day.
While 43% of expected voters in Madison have already submitted their ballots, according to the city clerk, many were waiting until Tuesday to start the process.
I was so confused by all the paperwork that was coming to me, all that stuff. I just wanted to do it in person so that somebody looked at it, so there was no question whatsoever my vote is valid. So.
Mary Bardos was one of the first people in line at Sequoia Library Tuesday when that in-person voting location opened up at noon.
I just wanted to do it, get it on the books, and get my sticker.
She said the process was smooth and straightforward. Madison City Clerk Maribeth Witzel-Behl says as long as people are prepared, that's the way it should be.
You'll show your voter ID and get your ballot right there in person. Cast your ballot at the site, seal it in an envelope, and then complete the envelope with the poll workers there.
Despite that, people were standing in a line that stretched from in front of the library to the sidewalk nearby, social distancing as best they could.
And these lines here probably are nothing compared to the way it's going to be.
David Martin was near the back of the line once the location opened up. He wasn't bothered by the line, encouraged at the turnout.
I think it's wonderful. I think this is the first time in a while where we may see a better turnout.
Now, the location here is open for about another hour, along with most other locations across the city. But they'll open up again from noon to 6 for the rest of the weekend, from 1 to 4 on the weekends. But the Madison City Clerk's website has all the schedules that you will need to make sure you get your ballot in person throughout the next 2 weeks. Reporting live in Madison, Francisco Almenara, 27 News.